that job without a degree. So it's pretty much, it comes down to 100% of people with college degrees applying for a job. What makes you stand out now? Is it your race? Is it how you look? Is it experience? But what's experience based on? Is experience based on whether or not you have 8 years of school or 6 years of school? Or is experience based on how much time you actually spent in a hospital before you can become a surgeon for this hospital? And it's funny because whenever you get to that unrealistic expectations about how your stuff is going to work out, it's like this YouTube thing. People are like, you want to do a YouTube channel? Oh, that's the worst. You're going to make money from that? What do you do? I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah, no, you're not going to believe it when you see it because you're not going to see it.
You're excluded now.
You're now excluded. You're gone if you don't support what we have in store.
Is that right, though?
That is so right.
Really?
If you're not there for the process, you should not be there for the gold.
How deep does that go? Is it just like people you notice for face value, or like deep rooted relationships? Like, say your mom wasn't on the podcast.
If my mom wasn't on the podcast and she didn't believe it, when I make $1 million, sure, I'll buy her a new crib.
All right.
But the random individuals that I see around campus that I try to talk to about my plans and they doubt me, why would I come back and save you from your drowning boat?
Can a person ever get to that level of, when you're a millionaire, they weren't on the wave at first, but they've earned your trust?
No, because obviously it's clear that if you don't love me when I'm low, you can't love me when I'm high. You feel me?
That's deep.
It's like, if you're not there when I'm struggling, you're definitely not there when the hustle starts paying off.
Yeah, because why would they benefit everything you reap?
I plowed the field. Yeah. I planted the seeds. But you're not getting the fruit.
So what I'm saying is, you're going to meet more people in the future. Like, it doesn't just stop here.
I feel like they have to hop on the wave immediately without knowing your financial situation.
All right.
So I'll do my best to try and hide my finances, but that's just how it is.
All right. And I like that.
Like, if I'm whipping a Mercedes, obviously I got a couple dollars. But you really have to show them, like, I don't have that much money. I'm just like, I'm all right off.
But
and I have a nice car. My dad bought it for me. Do you want to be my friend? And then once you gain that trust,
yeah.
By the way, I have like 12 private mansions on the island. You want to come over?
You want to hang out?
Yeah, that's why I enjoy the concept of keeping your circle small, because if you got 4 or 5 dudes from the beginning who are always down and they continue to be loyal, that's all you need.
There you go.
You don't need 20 people in a house. No. You need 5.
That's probably toxic to have 20 people in a house.
Too many people. It's like a reality TV show.
It's like Team 10.
We don't want that.
Nah. No. I mean, unless they making money like Team 10. I'm trying to make some money like Jake Paul. He getting bread.
He's getting bread.
Bro, that's crazy how much money he's making. Him and his brother.
Man, we should get back into like it being unrealistic to do this YouTube channel because it takes too long. People always want to come at you. They're like, yo, by the way, that YouTube stuff, man, like it literally takes you like 2 years to even get 1,000 subs. And then it takes 4 years to get 100,000. How long does it take somebody to get a bachelor's degree to get their $70,000 a year job?
4 years
minimum, right?
And listen,
that's minimum.
The whole time you're in school, you're not learning nothing about what you're studying until like your last 2 years, maybe even your last year. You're still doing general.
Bro, preach.
Bro,
I'm 3 years into school. I'm a major in physical therapy, and I'm finally taking anatomy. I took more English composition than I had classes about the body. Why have I learned more about nouns and adverbs than I've learned about bones and structure if I'm a physical therapist?
I'm learning about Western heritage, Europe.
And how much are you spending on those credits? It's average $600 per credit.
$600 credit, yeah.
So how much are you spending?
Insane.
How much are you spending? What, about 3 credit class?
Like 12.
Well, think about it. I'm 3 years down, 15 credits a semester on average. That's about 60 credits. 60 times $500, 30 grand.
Oh my god.
30 grand into the system on taking not a single class that you enjoy. And you guys think this college thing is the only way. No. Imagine if you would have invested that 30 grand into a business.
Most people who own businesses don't have business degrees. That was you, right?
Right.
Yeah, like
that's me.
The biggest business owner, Steve Jobs, high school dropout.
The biggest business owner will tell you it's the dumbest decision of your life to go to business school.
Oh, I like also when you say like the first person who made college, they go to college.
Right. Say it again.
The first person who created college, they go to college.
Right. So college is obviously a business because there had to have been initiation. And it wasn't God who came down and made college. It was somebody who said, you know what would be a really good idea? Let's force people to get degrees that certify they're smart in specific fields with pieces of paper. And let's hire them because obviously they're better than the peer down the street without that piece of paper, that college degree.
You know what's wild though? Were colleges always you had to pay for? I think the biggest colleges back in the day were free. I think it was paying for college is more of a recent idea.
I wonder why.
Because they realized they could make money from it. I love saying they. I just love to generalize.
Yeah, just generalize the whole people.
Yeah, I just like generalizing the bad is they. Anything that's bad is they.
It's back to the thing. Back then, in the 70s and 80s, whenever 10-20% of people went to college. This is why I feel like parents nowadays, college is so important. Like, you have to go, and if you don't, you're disowned. It's because back then, whenever 10-20% of the population had college degrees, when they applied from the job, they stood out.
You stuck out
from the peers.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's almost as if 95% of people are getting these business degrees.
I don't know. I don't think it's that high.
70%, 80%, 90%. I'll Google it real quick. We have a computer right in front of us.
All right.
And then we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Good thing your arms are long to reach that.
Yeah, if I
but it's like you no longer stand out because first of all, the people without the business degrees, they know better not to apply for the job because they're not going to get it. You can't get that job without a degree. So it's pretty much it comes down to 100% of people with college degrees applying for a job. What makes you stand out now? Is it your race? Is it how you look? Is it experience? But what's experience based on? Is experience based on whether or not you have 8 years of school or 6 years of school? Or is experience based on how much time you actually spent in the hospital before you can become a surgeon for this hospital?